recorded live from Random Secret Studios in Philadelphia and throughout the Delaware Valley.
I'm the capo. He's the prez.
And this is Sons of Ben, the pod. Gentlemen, everybody out there, welcome to Sons of Ben, the pod. This is episode, you might know this one, Adam. This is episode Jamal Jackson.
Episode Jamal Jackson. So is this 67?
67.
Nice.
Devin, Jamal Jackson was the center before we got Jason Kelsey, but after Hank Fraley.
He was actually quite good, Jamal Jackson. Did not get enough credit as good of a center he was.
A walk-in from Delaware State.
You know, go Hornets. Yeah. And also low-key HBCU that no one wants to talk about. But yeah, go Del State.
Yeah, so Del State, the only person I knew that went there was Spencer Dunkley, a 7'2" skinny center in the 90s that was just had the greatest name ever, but the worst basketball player you've ever seen in your life. Spencer
Even worse
Dunkley.
than Sean Bradley.
Yeah, because Sean Bradley made it to the NBA. Spencer Dunkley barely made it out of Delaware State.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right, some housekeeping. Beer of the pod. We've got Yards and 2SP. Support those that support us. I'm actually sipping on the Big Hazy because apparently Hayes is only good at making beer, not playing hockey right now. So I'm going to celebrate the end of the hockey season with a Big Hazy from Yards.
Let's be real. It ain't his fault. The Flyers are not playing hockey right now, not because of Kevin Hayes. Kevin Hayes is probably one of the reasons they actually had a shot.
I don't know if he helped much. He did not have a good year, but I heard he's a great person. He's a great person.
I'm doing another up in a way because I like to stay on brand.
There we go.
So shout out to 2SP.
Yeah, remember those guys. Speaking of remembering, remember to renew. Numbers are getting back up to where they were. I know people were just like, oh, do I need to renew? What's the benefit? What's that? Renew. We're going to have a couple events coming up that you're going to want to be a member. And if you're not, I'm not going to apologize, not making any exceptions. You're going to renew. Even the price of the membership. If you want to go to one of these upcoming trips, Nashville, July 4th weekend. Right now, the flight options are over, so you got to get your own flight. But, you know, there's still the discount for rooms, tickets. You can kind of go a la carte. So it's Philadelphia Sports Trips has all that detail. We've got Miami, and we are working on Mexico City. I keep getting emails and texts from people like, what's going on with Mexico City? And we're just waiting for some information from CONCACAF, but we were told from the team that they have to reserve tickets for us to go. So keep an eye out on the socials. We'll send emails out once we get that. Speaking of events, Adam, this Saturday, June the 5th, you know what we got?
Not Union Soccer.
No, but during the international break, we're going to do a little good. We've got a cleanup event in Chester, June the 5th, with your fave trash man. He's agreed to come down to Chester to help us clean it out. We found 3 spots, so we're going to be kind of mobile how we do this. So we just want everybody, it's from 11 to 2, 11 to 3, meet at the Sons of Ben lot at like 10:45 in the morning. And then we'll tell everybody where you go, and we'll just take a couple different cars. We're going to follow a Republic trash truck, clean it up, keep it moving. And then we're going to have some beverages in the Sons of Ben lot afterwards. So we will make sure the beer is cold. So if you want to come help us clean up part of Chester, this Saturday. And you've been one. Is Devin? I heard a rumor Devin's going to go to this cleanup.
I mean, I feel like at this point he has to do something.
I will be there. I will be on site.
So, you have to meet producer and tailgate Devin. We need like one more title for him too. He's the producer. He's the tailgate director.
Man of many faces.
Exactly.
You know.
My girlfriend will have something to say about that, but that's okay.
the center of her chakra.
Will Jess be making it too?
She will be there.
There we go. You get to meet the whole fam. That's awesome. New merch. We're getting more and more. This month, we will be launching something special. So, again, keep your eyes out. I don't want to leak too much, but Rally House. Anyhow, so new merch is coming out, so get ready to check that out. And speaking of obligations, www.philadelphia2026.com. World Cup 2026. I just got an email from the bid committee. We're having a call next week or the week after to update everybody on what's going on. So Stay tuned in, and we will let you know. Adam, is it over? Is Drunken Union Zoom over this week?
Was it last week or was it this week?
I don't know. I thought he gave us a June date.
It might have been June. I don't know. It definitely looks like it's coming in for a landing. I wasn't at the tailgate this past weekend, but I did see that a lot of members of the Union Zoom got together and we're having some in-person meetings, which I mean, I guess it goes against the very nature of the Zoom meeting in person, like the principle of it. But you know, it was cool to see, you know, people who I think grew through some screens meet IRL and you know got to hang out. So that was cool.
We had the all-stars of the Zoom were there. You know, Aaron was there for his last Union game. Dane came all the way up from Atlanta, and you know who else was there?
Rich.
No, your Bill, your boy, your man, your guru, JT.
Look, I saw that the group was blessed with such a prominent mind and knowledgeable individual when it comes to our game, the footy. You know, so it was great to see him out there. He seemed like he was enjoying himself, and it's like, look, man, the Union Zoom have brought humans together. If we don't even want to mention the countless celebrities that have made their appearances, the members of the team as well as FO. You know, Alejandro Bedoya got to see how I get down on a Friday night. It's probably a terrible thing, but hey, ultimately he did see it.
Yeah, we found out Mark McKenzie's favorite brand of tequila. So yeah, we learned a lot.
I really hope that someone is helping him out in Brussels, right, or in Belgium right now, trying to get him some like tequila, some good stuff. Because like I don't remember the tequila of Northern Europe, but just shot in the dark, it might not be great.
Well, we'll get on this later, but he's in Switzerland, so he can at least go to duty free and grab some. You know.
That's fine. That works. Yeah, that's true. That does help in the moment, at least.
Yeah. Devin, you got any updates on that wonderful SOB Discord?
Oh, you know, still doing the predictions tournament, I guess you can call it in there. SK Wids. I don't know if that's how you say it, but he guessed the 3-0 victory this weekend. So congrats to him. And get on in there because it's still a tight race. There's about 10 people in the top two spots there. So it's a tight race. All you got to do is guess one right and you're back in it.
I might have to get in there for that. Yeah.
I mean, like, I appreciate anyone who goes on the limb and says 3-0. Because even if you feel confident, that's just still like a very cocky soccer score to just be like 3-0. These bitches got nothing on us.
I've done that on the Chelsea app, and it's backfired on me, so I stopped doing that predictor thing.
Chelsea, we don't score 3 goals at Chelsea, sir.
No,
that's not how that works here. We score 1 goal, and then we play the New Jersey Devils style hockey for the rest of the game.
Now, speaking of the game, gentlemen, we had some Portland action, and you guys were absent. So I will have to tell you about the live experience, but you guys can give me the reactions. Devin, were you able to watch it at this wedding?
I at least was able to watch it. Yes.
Okay.
The wedding was the day before, so I didn't have as many obligations that day, so I was able to at least watch it.
All right. Adam, you were in San Diego. Did you catch a pub to watch this wonderful event?
What's a pub in San Diego? No, I actually.
It's probably in a shopping mall.
Yeah, no. Here's the
windows.
thing. We can talk about my San Diego experience later because that was very interesting watching both the Sixers and the Eagles. Actually, watching the Phillies throw a baseball at 10:10 in the morning. That was fun. That I did not like. They were like, we have noon games against the Marlins. I'm like, so what time? Or for like 1:00 games. Like, what time's first pitch? You say 9:30? What are we doing exactly? But no. Watched the game out in San Diego. I was actually out on the beach, you know, so full cliche, but got a good enough signal to watch the match, and that was good, you know. And look, I find when I'm not at matches and I'm watching them on my phone, the Union tend to do very well. So maybe that's the move for the rest of the season. I just, you know, don't come to any more matches and just watch them on my phone for forever.
It's funny because I when I'm watching it on TV, I can pay attention. In the river end, I catch as much as I can, but then there's often things going on that need maybe my attention. So I'm like, oh crap! So I do miss more live than I do on TV. But let me tell you, it was one shout out to Katie Fellinger. she hit it on the nose again with the weather report, because she basically said, bring some gloves, bring a heavier jacket. This is what it's going to be like. It's going to be drizzling, but it's going to feel like 40 degrees. And so it was a damp, cold, it was Portland weather. It was like, we saved ourselves the flight because we played Portland in Portland. Like, I was like, no, this ain't May, this is March. But, so that was like the downer, the weather. But the game itself, holy crap, you can't have, and I know Portland's banged up, dinged up. I don't care. You're not going to take a 3-0 win against, Portland, who's pretty much historically owned our asses, away from us. You still had to play the game. You had to play in those conditions, and we came out and won. I mean, Casper scores, Sergio scores, and Jack scores, and Jack should have had 2 goals, but whatever, VAR and all that garbage. So it was a fun game, and I guess, Devin, you got any thoughts on the game before I get into the topic of Coach Jim?
No, it was a pretty open and shut game there. They did a great job. Shout out to Kyle in the Discord who predicted the Jack Elliott goal. That is a solid prediction.
I feel like our center
doesn't
backs,
happen often.
Our center backs score as much as our forwards. Jack or Jacob score just as much as our forwards do anymore. Like, I kind of feel like
we just got really large center backs, and like in the game of soccer, just like the game of basketball, occasionally that you just find ways to score when you're just in the box and you're like 6'4". It's just like when half the league is only 5'8", you're just like, wow, I have all of this clearance for a header for no apparent reason. I mean, that's half of Casper's success is him being just gigantic. That helps.
Yeah, listen, shout out to the team, shout out to Jim. What a great first part of the season we got as Union fans. Like CCL in the semifinals. Yeah, we might have had a few bad results in MLS because we were focused on CCL, but once that was over, right back to MLS and right back to second place currently.
We lost to the cheaters though, Devin. We lost to MLS's the fact that Inter Miami stole a name from one Italian soccer club and a color scheme from another Italian soccer club and intended to steal the corruption from just Serie A as a whole and said, let me just, skirt the rules. The scripts don't even write themselves as good as they do. And I'm like, Beckham was in there for Serie A for a minute. He picked up some little tips. He picked up little tips from Juventus or AC Milan. I'm just saying, this is funny and terrible at the same time. And here's the thing. Ultimately, it's embarrassing to MLS that only going $3 million over whatever cap limit we're doing here is the actual big issue, while people are signing guys for $47 million who are not even going to play first team soccer. But hey, closed systems.
Listen, I'm just thrilled MLS actually punished the poster boy, because normally they would have.
But what did they really do? Did they take any points from them?
No, I mean, that's a massive hit for them. It was $2 million fine, $2 million loss of allocation money, which is massive in MLS.
They're not broke.
And then a couple of their front office guys that were part of it got banned for a year or two. So, I mean, it was a pretty hefty pretty hefty comeback.
So then the 2023 version of Inter Miami will be completely fine, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, but they're going to struggle to then for sure.
Hey,
what is that? This is the problem when you have the have and have not owners of MLS, where I'm just like, yeah, okay, these guys.
I mean, listen, in MLS, you give them a point reduction. What does that do? What does that do to them? They lose for one season?
Yes.
They don't get relegated?
Yeah.
No, but it doesn't it keeps them away from trophies. It keeps them away from higher competitions.
Here's where it hurts. They went out to play. They're losing, and their tough ass home fans were already booing them. They're going to start
in the 70th minute.
Yeah,
that's
where it hurts.
Wait, shocker! Miami sucks as a sports town. I don't know. Am I breaking news to anyone? Did anyone watch the Heat? The big three in Miami. Anywhere else in the United States would have been the Beatles. Would have been absolutely the number one thing in the universe. And because it was in Miami, half of Miami said we could watch the Heat or we could do literally anything else.
Listen, I am just happy to see an implosion, and you don't want to wish, because you want the league to flourish. But when Miami became anointed as the next great thing, now that I'm like, you know what? I am just so happy that they're feeling this, because their fans are asshats. And they were feeling themselves so early that I'm like, you know what? Great. Let you suffer some, build some character, and then you can come and talk to us, because they were walking in like their S didn't stink. And, you know, right now I'm like, y'all suck. So that's good.
And they suck on multiple levels with this, because, like, here's the thing. I understand now, in the year of our Lord 2021, MLS has elevated itself above all the other leagues in America, that your city prefers an MLS franchise as opposed to just having a franchise. But the amount of soccer that previously existed in Miami was actually pretty plentiful. Like, there were several teams for people to root for. So this isn't like a weird situation where I'm like, first off, NYCFC fans, who were you weren't Red Bull fans before? What were you doing? Like, what was the team that you were rooting for? You were just sitting there waiting for another team to just plop in your laps, and you're like, this one. LAFC fans, were you Chivas fans that were disgruntled? Were you just new hipster fans that just said, hey, I don't want to drive to Carson? I have these questions. So when I see the Miami situation, I look at a team where I'm just like, first off, Inter Miami fans, why weren't you Miami FC fans? You already had a club. They played in Miami too, not Fort Lauderdale. I figured this would make more sense to you. If no one's ever been to South Florida, the differences between Miami-Dade County and Broward County is like crossing the Mason-Dixon line back in the freaking 60s. Like, it's a night and day experience. The pools don't mix that much. You know, there's a reason why the Panthers play in Broward, you know? That is a weird thing for me, to all these people are just being like, now I'm an Inter Miami fan. And they're also terrible. But Miami will take over the universe, because we've already seen this. They're signing anyone they please that just says, I want to come to MLS. And how many people do you hear in Europe saying, I want to come to MLS now? That's going to be one of their top destinations, whether Beckham is skirting the rules or not. All MLS is going to do, which is going to be the appropriate thing, is lax the rules in a way that allows Miami to do half of the shit that they want to do, because it'll ultimately be better for the league. And that's the real crux of it.
All right, now let's get back to Portland, because this is the focus. Now, I don't know if you guys read this, but your friend JT said that, and this isn't a fake Matt quote about Jim. Jim felt he got bullied. He got bullied during the game by the fans, by us, the Sons of Ben, and some of the other folks. Did you hear this, Adam? We kind of saw a young man warming up on the back line and the sideline, and he was the only one. Wasn't the group warm up, and we all had a little buzz that we were going to see the debut of something that's been hashtag PaxWatch. Did you get to see any of this? Could you hear it from your phone?
I did hear. Because I'm used to hearing cadences. So, like, half the time I just have to hear what the drum is doing, and I'm like, I know what this chant is. Like, I know what's going on. I did not catch it at first, but I heard the boom, 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 and I was like, what are they? Let's go Flyers? Like, what's going on? And then they were like, we want Paxton, and I'm like, first off, you gotta love a game where you're winning and you feel comfortable enough where you're like, the seventh dude on the bench, bring him in. Like, it's like being a Sixers fan back, and they were just like, you bring on Hollis Thompson. We're good. We've secured victory here. Bring on Furkan Aldermare. Yeah.
No, you want Pepe Sanchez. Pepe, come in, Pepe.
Look, first off, I actually thought about Pepe Sanchez for the first time in like 7 years the other night. I don't even remember why. But regardless.
Behind the back pass.
Look, regardless, it is look. I'm happy for Paxton. I'm happy for the fans. I'm happy. And yeah, look, sorry, Jim, bullying works. And I think he said he was going to bring in Paxton anyway, and I'm sure he was. But let the people hear.
Just for everybody that was at the stadium, on the broadcast, they interviewed him about like the 50th minute or so, and they asked him if we were going to see Paxton that night, and he's like, well, I can't really say. We'll see.
That was FS1, right?
Yeah, it was on FS1. It was about like the 50th minute. We were up 2-0, and it was like, Jim, you gonna bring on Paxton?
Stu Holden needs that.
We've heard that Paxton was getting to the point where, you know, like the other guys, he's ready to come in and get some time. So we've heard that, and then when you saw him in the river end warming up, and he was the only one, we're like, oh shit, he's probably coming in. And then we're chanting, we want Paxton, all that. And then the kid comes and he's on the sideline ready to get subbed in. The guy's got the sub clock and everything. And we're like, kick the ball out of bounds. Like, we're just yelling at everybody. We're like, is he coming in for Bedoya? Is that why Bedoya's like dribbling the ball? We're like, kick the damn ball out of bounds so the kid can get in, because we were afraid he's going to be the 90th minute before he got in. But he came in, great response, got a couple touches, and let's make sure everybody tapers the expectations. You know, he still is 17. He's got to get his legs under him. But I will tell you, and I think I shared this with you, Adam, and the Capos, and I just told Devin. And Devin, should I read the whole thing or just part of it?
Just read the whole thing. It was pretty cool.
So last night, Rusty Aronson, friend of the pod and father of the Aronson clan, that the head patriarch, sent me a text, and he goes, "Hey, wanted to thank you and to the Sons of Ben. Wow, what a reception and what a moment for PAX. For me, that experience last night topped all the great moments in that stadium. Just so cool they welcomed that way. Simply class, my friend, and it was appreciated, you guys." So, you know, we had a little back and forth, but just so you guys know, the players do hear this. Their families appreciate it. It does make a difference. So I was really thrilled that, you know, it made a big deal for Rusty and the whole family, as well as Paxton. So, you know, I wanted to make sure, and he even told me to tell Union Hulk thank you. So Pax Watch has been pretty good. Now, Adam, we've never done this before. We're going to do something new, and since you don't read the notes, you don't know what's about to happen.
No idea.
I'm going to pitch a Paxton song to you live on this pod.
Oh no, someone pitching me a song, and this has never happened to me ever before.
So,
please, regale me.
Credit for the song idea goes to Ryan Bross, because this is something we were thinking about doing.
Oh
for
wait,
Brendan.
Ryan made a song? No,
Well, no,
this
nope.
has never happened either.
Lyrics by myself, but the idea and the inspiration is from Bross. Now,
This is gonna be the Bee Gees, isn't it?
do you remember the old Spider-Man original cartoon?
Aronson.
Shh, okay, I'm pitching. I'm pitching now. Don't, be quiet. Mute his ass. All right, so it's Aronson. Aronson does whatever his brother can. Scores a goal. Yes, he can. Makes a pass. Kids got class. Look out. We've got an Aronson. And we keep going on to that. That works. That's new. It's in. Put it in the playlist.
All right, it's in. Got it. Next game, Devin, remind me. Send me a text. Send me a text about the 40th minute.
Let me add it to the list of my scheduled texts to Adam.
Please. Wait. I honestly wish I had like a file that actually actively, like, I printed out every single time I got a song and then just like showed everyone like, so which pile should I start with? Should I start with the 2017 pile? Does anyone want the 2018? Also, I can do it by genre. Do you want the glam rock pile? Do you want the weird 90s hip hop that no one's ever heard of pile?
Aronson does whatever his brother can.
I appreciate every time someone sends me a Jedi mind trick song, but I want to tell everyone no one remembers the all-white hip-hop band of Philadelphia. That's all I'm just saying.
I'm just going to hum that for you.
Matt, we're going to have to record
it.
a specific version of this just for the intro to the pod, I think.
we can do that. We can do that. So listen, it's catchy. People will get it. And the other thing is, Union Marketing will then immediately start with the Spider-Man pointing at each other with the brothers.
I honestly do love the moment when something I've said on Twitter eventually makes it on a Union t-shirt. Like, that's my favorite thing. It's just like when I'm like, look, I ain't taking the credit for Scory Burke. Scory Burke came a long time ago. That wasn't even remotely me, but it's just funny as shit how often the Union now tweet about Scory Burke every time he's on the field.
He calls himself Scory Burke, for God's sake. So
I love it, but it's just so real where I was just like, this one thing that's going to annoy Devin. Literally, the most inside job of all time was making this chant just to annoy Devin, and now here we are.
Now, I will... If it's time to toot our horns, let's do it real quick. I just want to let people know, because we always talk about the tailgates, why you should go, that kind of stuff. Let me just say what we did. We did two things right this last tailgate, and we didn't announce it because I'll be honest, we didn't know if these things were going to happen or not. So we had a harebrained scheme to free up one of the taps at the beer trailer and have a guest beer on. So Zed's has been a friend. Jeff and his wife are members. So we just reached out, go, hey, you want to put a beer on tap and you can promote it? And it went over like gangbusters. It was the first 6 still to get kicked. Everybody enjoyed it. They were there. They got to talk about the beer. I think it was something special. And Devin and I have talked, and we're going to continue it. So there will be emails. But if you own a brewery, you're a small brewery, a brew pub, a friend you've got an aunt, uncle, brother, niece that's got a brewery, let us know, and we can get them on tap for a tailgate and get a little exposure. And then, our members get to try something. And then something that's been in the work, Adam, I swear to God, this might be 3.5 years. We finally got Dietz and Watson to sponsor us. So
Dietz nuts.
Yeah. So we had Dietz products on the grill, and it was a huge hit. I don't want to say the hot dogs we had before weren't that great, but what a difference between this, the kielbasa, everything else that we had. So we're looking forward to getting different Dietz products, including Dietz nuts, at the tailgate. So look at it. It's the food's just starting to elevate as we speak. The Beyond Burgers are popular, the burgers are popular, but those dogs and the kielbasa are crushed at the tailgate. So good job, Devin.
Yeah, for a tailgate I was not actually at. Beautiful job, guys. Beautiful job. Yeah. It was a perfect tailgate. Yeah. The two must be correlated.
Yeah, this is really a fun indictment on your tenure as like the greatest tailgate in Union history. Happened literally moments after you left.
I'm doing a lot of things here just to ensure my reelection in the off season.
Look, I dream of Jarrett and the rest of them capoing so much better than me that everyone's like, "Who's Adam?" And then I'm just like, "Wow, retirement came so early. This is fun."
Screw both of you. I'm retiring first.
You might be able to. No, that's fine.
I don't think.
You earned it. I'm gonna whip my young capos into shape, but someone call Pablo and help heal him, please, for me.
Pablo, leave Boston.
Yeah.
College isn't that important.
Pablo, I need you, Pablo.
and I mean, we can do this is the perfect transition. Pablo, we're going to talk about 2 gentlemen that didn't go to college and look how well they're doing. Let's talk about the alumni. Brendan and Mark, they're over in Europe crushing it, Pablo. You don't need no stinking college. Come on. His mom's going to kill us.
You just need the natural talent of a gifted 6'1" African-American from Bear, Delaware. That's all. And you get that, you're good.
Yeah. Well, listen, doesn't he live in Medford anyhow? He's just super close to being the next Aronson.
There's something in the Cooper River. That's all I know. There's something flowing. I'm not sure it's good, but there's something in there.
But no, the alumni watch. They both were on the roster. They both played a full 90. B had an assist. They didn't get the result. I don't know. Is Switzerland that good that we lost 2-1, or like what the hell's going on with that crap?
Still not nearly where as good we think we are. Like, oh my God, why are we still? Stop elevating this team.
Christian Pulisic was hungover.
I don't care. They're not good yet. Why do people think they're good?
I wholeheartedly disagree.
What evidence do you have that this team is good?
Listen, this is a friendly against Switzerland, and I don't think that the players were really up to it as if it was, an actual meaningful game. That being said,
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. Is this a nation that made the World Cup recently?
Maybe when you play for Barcelona and Juventus and these clubs, maybe a friendly against Switzerland.
Weston McKennie couldn't get up for it.
I don't know.
He was so tired with all that Juve play. Them barely making it to the Champions League, those sons of guns. Oh, Weston was so tired. Look, kids, you're the United States. You're not Holland. You're not Spain. You're not Germany. You're not one of these countries that just waltzes into a friendly and says, it's cool, we don't have to play everyone, we can take this seriously. You need to play this game like it is the World Cup every single time you're out there, for the sole reason of you need respect. Look, I'm 31. And people have been telling me since I was 6, eventually the United States is going to get the respect on the international stage that they deserve. And God bless the women, because they totally have. But if we are still saying, hey, look at the bright side of 2-1 losses to Switzerland, I don't care that it's a friendly. We're talking about we need to be able to beat the best of the best and not just Mexico. We can't just win the Gold Cup and feel good about ourselves each time. You tell me we got all this talent. We sent all of these young men to play in Europe. All of these guys are not even playing at Fulham's anymore. They're playing at Barcelona. They're playing at Juventus. They're playing at Chelsea and Manchester City and all of these amazing clubs. Cool. Can you, as an 11, put together something that's going to beat a Switzerland? The answer to that question was no. And that's a question you should be answering yes by now. And the fact that they're still answering no to this question is a problem that no one wants to talk about because they're just believing Christian Pulisic's going to save everything like he isn't the Joel Embiid of the U.S. national team. Like, we can rely on him with the same amount that I rely on the Mr. Softy men coming down JFK for me when I really want myself a Frosty.
You done yet?
No.
Okay.
But we can start again.
Because, we do have Nations League, June 3rd through the 6th. I don't even know who we play. Devin, who do we play in Nations League? Do you have that written up?
Honduras semifinal, and then probably
That's
a
a fun
final
one.
against Mexico on Sunday. So
Tale as old as time song. Is it Azteca this time? Are we going back to Mexico? Are we bringing them to Columbus in the middle of May or June this time? What are we doing?
Yeah.
What's the move in summertime for America? Do we just send them to hotter places or do we just try to utilize Anchorage? Because I'm thinking, man, a game in Augusta, Maine might be a good time for that.
Well, we're gonna see, but we've got Nations League, and then of course they got a friendly against Costa Rica. But we're gonna
Denver, Colorado is where these are
Oh,
being played.
Jesus.
Yes, the altitude. They're trying. I love the strategic usage of American plateaus. That's good. That's good.
So yeah, we got that to look forward to for international break. And yeah, I can't agree with you more. Like we need. Well, and by the way, Adam, we really can relax on this American men's national team because the only thing that really matters is www.philadelphia2026.com.
Oh my God. There's a World Cup before that. I just want to throw that out.
Are you really going to watch that in color?
No, because we're
on.
not going to be good. Because we're going to get our asses. We're not if we make it out to the knockout. We should make it the knockout round. I would like to hope so, but I'm like, look, I'm not here for us to lose to Ghana again, people.
2026, we got PAX Watch. We already have the champ.
Paxton
We're good,
and
man.
Brendan both starting in the
Yeah.
2026.
Yeah, come on.
Oh
We got
my
stuff to
God.
look forward to, man.
It's gonna be fun when Paxton is like Paxton will outscore his brother in his career. True or false?
Ooh,
Ooh,
like
you know what?
Union?
We're going to save that for when we have them both on the pod.
Ooh, that's a good.
I
How
have a
about that?
thought. I just have
How
a
about
thought that look, I mean, and this is nothing against Brendan, and Brendan has obviously found his finishing boots since he's gotten to Salzburg, but Paxton, when he was for U2 and whatever the hell Bethlehem Steel was at the end, boy's banging goals, I see the boy. He's got a nose. He's got a nose for the net.
Well, we were going to see. So, Philadelphia2026.com. Now, speaking of winning, Adam,
Ooh, hold on.
you clear your throat. You've got the jersey on.
The champions.
Devin, he's talking about the European Champions League. Not
Oh,
the Europa League, not the NIT
Is it the Europa
tournament.
Conference League?
This isn't
not
the
the
this isn't the
Europa-
Caribou Cup, which you also can't win.
Yeah. This isn't the Suncoast final for spring. This
Look, no, do not take away their Audi Invitational. That was a really big trophy for the club. Sometimes you win a preseason friendly, and then I get it.
I'm going to say this as respectful as I can. Paul Howard, Jeffrey Mitchell, Jamie Lynch Jr. Suck it.
Look, man. I mean,
Chelsea's the champions of the world, man. The world.
wait, because I love how I think Mason Mount said it. He was like, I think this is the biggest game in the world. That's not the World Cup, and I'm like, probably right, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's with no hyperbole. That's probably what that is. And up the Chels.
And it was an entertaining game. I don't care who you were rooting for. I mean, I was squeaky bum time the entire time sitting on a bar stool watching it. But it was an entertaining back and forth game, even though it was, 1-0.
Yeah.
It was a good game to watch. I think Pep should have been wearing a Carter hoodigan again, and he might have had better luck. He was just wearing the black T-shirt. I blame him for that. But
Yeah.
Devin, did you get to watch that? Did you get to see Harry Kane's future club? Do you think Harry Kane's thinking, oh, they got that trophy? Oh, I want more. Oh, maybe I go to home.
Let me tell you that I feel
No,
Stamford Bridge it's a smaller venue and something that it's more intimate.
when he's
it's
playing
cozy.
for Chelsea, I could do the same back to you guys. But no, I saw the first few minutes of this, but this overlapped at the wedding a little bit, so I didn't get to watch the full thing. But I did see the Pulisic
sanity.
celebration. Pulisic in the locker room after the game, holding the trophy. That's some awesome sights to see. Awesome.
I do have to say, the minute I saw Pulisic wearing the douchebag sweater thing, I'm like, oh, what the hell is Vineyard Vines doing now? And then as soon as I saw the USA crest, I go,
exactly. Yeah.
you just redeemed yourself, because I thought you were going like preppy douche look.
But here's the thing. Him and his dad did the most American thing of all time.
It's
That just removing the medal just to show the U.S. national crest is the most American thing
America.
you can possibly like. Screw this giant trophy I just won and this medal that proves I'm one of the greatest footballers in all of Europe. I need to show you my crest of my non-World Cup qualifying squad real quick.
Mark Pulisic is like Hulk Hogan. He's a real American.
Yo, do not have to tell me twice on Sunday with that gentleman. I know that the Pulisic family is red, white, and flippin' blue, but that to me was just, that was so on brand. Like, it's obviously everyone, like, it's very common for players to get the flags of their nations and like drape it on their back and wear it around, and that's fine. But he was just like, no, remove the medal. Remove the medal. We're just showing America in a Champions League trophy.
Listen, we can't make fun of this, because we're going to have Rusty Aronson do that next year in Europe. Whatever Brendan wins, remove that and have a Sons of Ben like scarf holding up.
It's
So
going to be
we're all right
really
with this.
awkward watching a Red Bull team win something, and we're going to have to celebrate it. Because I mean, I just assume now he's connected to Jesse Marsh by the hip. Like, they just go. It's like Tebow and Urban Meyer. Wherever he goes, he must go as well.
Yeah, maybe. Well, time will tell. And maybe by then Europe will be open and we can do a pod in Germany.
I mean, I'm going to be in Italy in August, so if you want to come with me, there is going to be one pod from Palermo, so we can enjoy that.
And you know what the best thing out of all this is? Your guys' self-professed wish for the Union versus Chelsea in the FIFA Club World Cup is still alive.
It's got a chance.
It's still alive.
We got a chance, people. All I'm saying is how great. Look, it would just be, I mean, firstly, dream come true personally for me, even though I always joked with Johnny Zapata that my dream is ultimately that the Union play Napoli in one of the knockout rounds, and then they beat them 2-1 in Italy, because, you know, the most improbable thing in the universe. But hey, like
I'd say we could play Palermo, but we don't have enough time to wait for that.
oh my God. Here's the thing. I thought about that the other day, how much better the Philadelphia Union are currently than Palermo. Like, if the Union played Palermo, I would 1,000% the Union to win. Without
We'd
a
let
doubt.
you guys play U2, not the real squad.
No, they would beat you too, because here's the problem is they're all grown-ass men.
Would
But
you
they're
beat
all
our
just not,
13s?
they're just all not.
Maybe not our 13s.
No, but they are like, look, for all the people who follow Palermo, all two of you that followed it because if I started telling you about it, they did not win their playoff tournament, so they're gonna have to be in Serie C again next year. And look, man, 3 years ago I was told this team was gonna go to Serie A, and I'm now dealing with Serie C for 2 consecutive years. And
I need you to clear something up. Why is
Yeah.
it Serie A and then Serie C, not Serie C or something like fancy?
oh, because
Why
I'm
do
an
you-
American and I enunciate things improperly.
Oh, okay. Because
Yes.
it shouldn't be fancy or it shouldn't be Serie C.
I
Something like that.
guarantee you it is, and I'm just not doing it correctly. But I can do Serie A. I don't call it like Serie B. It's just Serie B.
Serie B.
But because it is the top flight, I give it the reverence it deserves. A Serie A.
All right. Now, speaking of reverence, Devin, we're going to have a Chip sequel. Devin, Chips is
Pochettino. He's coming back.
Chips
my
was a show in the
God.
70s with Punch. Eric Estrada. Looks like Eric Estrada's coming back to... Punch is coming back,
him
man,
back.
with the sunglasses and everything. How you feeling about Punch? Is this only to try to keep Harry Kane out of Stamford Bridge?
Listen, I think it's a
Mistakes
good.
were made.
I think it is going to be in the long run a good hire over the alternatives, which is what, Antonio Conte. I don't know, but
Whoa,
you know,
whoa!
it was already said that like there was
What's
a few
wrong with
guys.
Conte? winning? He won the Premier League.
What's
He's got
wrong with
trophies.
Conte?
Whoa.
Do you not want trophies?
Look at you guys just
Listen,
throwing out
Antonio
championship
Conte.
managers.
Antonio Conte would come in here and be Pochettino. Wow, I just got Mourinho and Pochettino mixed up. He would be Mourinho version 2. So
But you might
by the way,
actually
they're both
win
winners.
something. That's what I'm saying. Like, what
no,
do you, what,
the
do you
thing
not
is,
like
the
winning?
thing is, the Tottenham ownership don't want the managers to have any say in like any money decisions. So that's what the problem is. Antonio
'cause you have to
Conte wants to
spend it
come
on
in
your
here and
giant
blow it all up
stadium.
and do something, but
You-
obviously
you might-
Daniel Levy doesn't want to do that. So
You might want to look for a new team. And Brentford just moved up to the EPL,
Brentford
man.
Bees, my
you-
guy.
for those that don't know, I have so obviously I'm a Tottenham supporter, as you know, but for the same amount of time, I have also been following Brentford because I wanted a lower league team that I could follow. That they're not in the Premier League. It's cool to follow them. I would watch their championship games. I pay $40 a season, watch it on their shitty web player that the EFL has.
Oh my god,
It's
no,
a fun
you're
time.
that level of a Brentford Bees
I've
fan?
watched every Brentford game for the past
Yes.
like 3 or 4 years or so. It's been a rough couple of years, but it is finally paying off. But now I'm stuck with a dilemma, and I'll let you guys talk this one out. Obviously, I'm a Tottenham fan. I am now a fan
Yeah.
of Brentford, who, when I started following them, had just come up into the championship from League One with no aspirations of being in the Premier League, and here we are today. What do I do? I've been getting a lot of flack from the Discord that now I can't follow Tottenham anymore. What's your guys' decision on this one?
You got to be a Brentford fan. You got to embrace the Bees here. Because here's the thing: one part street cred. All right, everyone who follows a top 6 club in the EPL, like we're Chelsea fans. No one thinks we're cool. No one thinks we're
No.
unique. Like
No,
I
they
have
think
to
we're Dallas Cowboys
That's
fans.
what I'm saying. I have to explain that my Chelsea fandom came literally at the moment of purchase of all of the money, and not like after that.
I
But-
have to wear shirts from the 90s to prove
Right.
that I've been a Chelsea
This-
fan
this
since
is
the
a-
90s.
This is my oldest Chelsea. It's a Chelsea Adidas Samsung. Like I went all the way. This is at least a 12-year-old kid. I had to go back into the archives for this one, but like legitimately, look, being a Brentford fan, first off, everything's gravy. Tottenham Hotspur fan, you're just disappointing yourself unless you make the Champions League, and even then, it's unless you make a final are you feeling good about the whole season. You want trophies, but being a Brentford fan, just get to the mid-table.
Yeah.
Finish above
I
like
mean-
Wolves or something. That's
Listen,
boom.
You've got room in your heart to root for both teams. And Brentford's probably going to give you more joy than Tottenham's
yeah.
going to give you. You're just going to have a hard decision on the times that they
The
play
two
each
games
other.
that they play each
Like,
other.
those two
Well,
games.
yeah,
what-
okay, so
what are you
here's the
gonna
thing.
do?
So Brentford played Tottenham in the semifinals of the Carabao Cup this past season. So that was a already pull in the heartstrings for me, but Tottenham eventually won. And then for those who don't know, Brentford last season were like one of the favorites to get promoted towards the end of the season. They could have secured automatic promotion the last day of the season, lost the game, went into the playoffs, made it to the final, lost the playoffs. All that being said, this is the 10th time that they've tried to get into the Premier League and or through the promotion playoffs and whatnot. And this is, they finally made it in. It is an awesome feeling for them, for everybody who supports Brentford, because it's been a long time coming for them.
Well, if Brentford can do it, we can tell our friend Rob McElherney from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Him and his boy maybe made a smart investment in Wrexham FC, and maybe Wrexham can make it. By the way, we're trying to get Rob on the pod, but he's a bit of a coward. He doesn't want to deal with our heat when we have to say Union's better than Wrexham.
He's also on like 4 shows right now, and they're doing like
His
Always
schedule's a
Sunny.
little-
Like I think they're doing
Yo,
like.
I'm-
Is this season 16 of
You're-
It's Always
you-
Sunny
you-
in Philadelphia? Is that
Adam,
real?
you're in charge of the Capos.
Yes.
I'm the president of the Sons of Ben. Devin's got 2 jobs for this. If we've
Yes.
got time for this, Rob McElhenney's rich
I'm
ass's
sorry.
time for this.
I'm sorry.
you know?
Yes, I am.
We're not asking for Ryan Reynolds. We're not asking for someone really busy.
I am president.
We're just asking for this guy from St. Joe's Prep to spend a little time to wait for Adam Booth to show up and get
Hawks.
everything like tuned up.
Man, first off, everything you said was accurate, so I'm not even gonna argue with that. All of that was fine, but at the same time, I'm like, look, I'm actually really happy that the disposable income of I'm happy that so many people wanted to be sports owners when they were kids. Like I wanted to be a sports owner. Like I wanted to own a team, and I still do. Like I still eventually want to own whatever WNBA team comes to Philadelphia. I want to be able to be a part of that ownership.
I hear that Ultimate Frisbee Club is open for investment, Adam.
Well, I actually might become a Philadelphia Phoenix investor soon. I mean, I was a Philadelphia Spinners fan before they went defunct, but I can change my allegiances to the Phoenix.
It's Philadelphia Phoenix. Is this like names where if somebody has two first names, you can't trust them? Can we not trust this team because they have two
the
city
Philadelphia
names?
Phoenix?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight you, Devin. We're gonna throw hands. What? Yes. Yeah. Oh, okay.
All right. Did it finally click, Adam? You're right.
I'm gonna fight you. I have some really fun days with Devin, and then also days I just want to do Greco-Roman style wrestling with the guy, and just legit. Can we just take this outside, somewhere behind one of the proverbial shipping containers in Chester that we have?
Ooh, you don't want to do that, man. That's a lot of pee and broken plates.
First off, when I was on top of one of those, that's how y'all were telling me how to get down. Everyone's aim for all of the old tifos. I'm like, yeah, because that's not tetanus waiting to happen,
Now, Devin, did we miss anything in this? Did we cover all the bases? Did we
did it. We did it, and then we did it in 45 minutes. What a beautiful...
Man, everybody, you are welcome. And this might be Devin's easiest editing ever.
No, it's not. Did you see the 5 times I clicked out when this began?
Devin,
edit that out too.
Yeah.
Devin, edit that out too. No.
Oh, man. But no, everybody, this was episode Jamal Jackson. So thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you next week when we talk about hot dogs, beers, and international breaks. Everyone, aloha Felicia.
And everyone, enjoy not having to go to Chester for 5 minutes, because that was a lot of games we just went to in a very short period of time. I love the Union as much as everyone else, but I think we all need just 5 minutes to, see our family.
Well, good, because Saturday we are going back to Chester to clean up, so get ready for that commute again.
The city of Chester needs us, and I am here to provide.
All right, everybody, hope to see you Saturday, and have a good night.
See y'all.